Well, today we're going to take a look at the 2014 Honda Ridgeline. Now, what's interesting about this year's Ridgeline is that Honda actually plans to discontinue the Ridgeline in 2015 and then reintroduce it in 2016. So this will be the last year that you'll see the Ridgeline in this particular configuration. Now, typically you can get the Ridgeline in a couple different trim models. There's the RT, the RTL, the RTL with nav, and also a Sport Edition. But when Honda is going to end a model year, they typically take all the stops out and throw everything together on one model. So right now we're going to look at the Sport Edition of the 2014 Honda Ridgeline. Now, taking a look at the front of the Ridgeline, we mentioned that this is a special edition. They've made this front of the Ridgeline a little sportier with a little unique grille to kind of black things out and make everything look a little bit more unique and a little bit more sportier for this special edition model. Now, we mentioned that this is the last year that you'll see the Ridgeline in this particular configuration, and it's all built on one chassis, kind of similar to the Chevy Avalanche, where you kind of have this sloped angle down towards the bed of the truck. And one of the other unique features about this year's model is the wheels, a sportier wheel that they have on this Ridgeline on the special edition. The black on the inset of the rim, it really helps eliminate brake dust, which is something that I kind of find a problem with, and it's something that kind of looks a little sharper whenever you're driving around and have it clean also. Now, one of my favorite parts of the Ridgeline is the dual action tailgate. You've got the traditional tailgate that you can lift up and drop down just like a traditional truck, and you can load things into the back. You can also put it up, and there's a swing action tailgate here that you can lift and open up similar to a door that you would open up throughout the rest of the car, and you can load things in this way. Now, another part that is very interesting about the Ridgeline is the cooler that you can lift up and load things in. If you're a college football fan or you're a country music fan or a concert fan, you can go in here, fill this up with ice. There's a plug in the bottom that you can drain it once the concert or game's over, and you can head on home. And it's a very convenient way to store food, beverages, and anything that you might need for a concert or a football game. There's also these lights that activate here whenever the swing action tailgate is open or whenever the bed for the cooler is open. And also, since this is a special edition model for 2014, it's got everything on it. It also comes with a backup cam that we'll show you here later, but the backup cam is actually located right here where you would pull down to drop the tailgate. Now, we just mentioned the backup cam outside. As soon as you put the vehicle into reverse, the backup cam automatically initiates. The zoom button here for the navigation screen will allow you to adjust the brightness for the camera, and you can see it's a pretty good picture and a pretty wide angle to see what you're backing up with. Or hopefully not into. Put the vehicle back into park, your navigation screen pops up. Everything here is on the left side of the navigation screen from your setup, your menu. You can enter your destination by a number of different ways, whether it be an address, a place, an intersection, a previous destination that you've gone to. So there are a lot of customizable aspects for this navigation screen that you have here on the Ridgeline. Also, down here, you have your temperature control devices. It's a pretty hot day that we're dealing with right now, so I'm going to turn it on auto and set it to 71 degrees, 69 degrees, and you can also set the passenger side separately to 69 degrees so we can have a nice, cool, climate-controlled environment to take this test drive in. Now, here on the steering wheel, you've got your audio control buttons for the radio, and you've also got your cruise control buttons here to set your cruise control. There's also a Honda navigation button here that you can use your audio controls here to set whether it be climate control, a destination for your GPS. There's also a button that can sync to your phone. That way you can answer your phone calls and talk on the phone hands-free to not compensate any driver safety. Now, before we go for our test drive here, we're going to actually set a destination using the Honda navigation system. So I'm just going to push the button, say a destination that we want to go, and the GPS will automatically put it into the GPS and route a route of travel for us to go there. So I'm going to pull the button, find the nearest ATM. It finds the local ATMs,
the number of the correct place.
Pulls the ATMs up.
ATM.
You select the ATM.
Or say nearest.
Number 1. So now it's routing us to CF Bank on Main Street.
CF Bank.
Okay. And here we go. Now, you can see on our navigation screen we're here along the blue highlighted path to get to our destination. One of the cool things about this feature is that it actually blows up where your next turn is going to be, and you can see us coming into the screen right now. That way you don't miss your turn like I simply do a lot. There's also these things here on the navigation screen called zaggets, which indicate various points of interest like schools that we're passing right here on our right or our left as we make this left-hand turn onto Main Street. Now, we mentioned that there are all kinds of voice features with the 2014 Honda Ridgeline. One of them in particular that I really like is whenever you're driving down the road, all you have to do is push the Navi button, say command, and you can pull up something like the air conditioner controls, or
ahead on the left.
As our navigation lets us know that our destination is up here on the left. You can also pull this navigation button and say things to give commands to the radio. So right now I'm going to open up the radio to one of our presets. FM preset 6.
Radio FM preset 6.
And it automatically turns it on, and now we can listen to the radio hands-free. Now another feature with the sound system here is this auxiliary port that we have over here. You can just simply plug an auxiliary cord into that. You can plug any device into that port that may have music on it, be your iPhone, Samsung device, or an MP3 player that'll play through your Honda speakers. Now the Ridgeline is a four-wheel drive vehicle, but that four-wheel drive system kicks in automatically once the computer feels one of the wheels slip. But there's also a way that you can automatically lock the vehicle into four-wheel drive. That's simply by pressing this button here. You have to be going below 18 miles an hour to be able to lock the vehicle into four-wheel drive, and it automatically unlocks itself once you eclipse that speed limit. So right now I'm going to make a phone call just to show you how easy and simple the hands-free link system is. So I just press the button, say who I want to call, it'll ask me if I want to dial that number, and I'll say yes. So here we go. Call Mom.
Would you like to call?
Mom.
Press the talk button and say,
Yes.
Calling.
Now the speaker for whenever you're making a cell phone call is located right here underneath your sunglass holder and right beneath these programmable garage door openers, which we'll get to here in a minute. Now as we pull into the driveway right now, the garage doors are already open, but these programmable garage door buttons have a unique feature that you can just simply pull in one touch. You can program your garage door opener to your garage door, and you have your garage door opener already installed in your car. Now the Ridgeline offers you a lot of flexibility if you're hauling cargo. You can either haul it in the back of the trunk, or you can even put it here in the cab of the vehicle here. These seats here, you just one lift, and it splits 2/3 of the way here in the back for your seating. So you can see that this gives you a lot of space here to store things here in the back of the vehicle. The other third of that seat also lifts up, so you can really fold this entire back seat of the bench up and have a lot of space to store things here in the vehicle. Now we mentioned that there's a lot of flexibility here with the Ridgeline. There's these rubberized compartments here to store things right on the passenger side. There's also this center console that we have here. It's a very spacious center console. It actually opens all the way up, so you have plenty of room to store CDs, anything that you might be carrying here as you drive. And there's also this AC outlet here that you can actually plug a device into. That way you don't need a conversion vehicle to plug into one of the power outlets. Now this model also comes with leather seats. Those seats are heated for the driver and the passenger seats here in the front. The controls are right here. You have a high and a low switch that you can control each seat individually. There's also, since this is the special edition model, there's also the sunroof here that you have, and the controls are located just on the left side of the dashboard here, just to the left of the steering wheel. And there you have it. That's your look at your 2014 Honda Ridgeline.